Freddy. Yo, speaking of Freddy, fucking whatever version of that Freddy, the scary movie. Freddy's the one that kills people in their sleep, right? Jason.
Freddy.
Okay. Sorry, I don't like scary
movies. You showing your age.
But that shit was on as soon as we came in the house this morning, and I had to turn that shit off. I was like, ugh, I don't want to see that.
Which one was it?
I don't remember. It was the part we walked in on. It wasn't Freddy versus Jason. It was the white boy and the white girl. They were in bed, and he was trying to wake her up out of her sleep, but who was it? Jason killed. No, Freddy Krueger. Freddy killed the girl right in front of him.
Yeah.
And then he got locked up and all that.
Freddy got locked up?
The boyfriend.
I don't know what you watching Freddy versus Jason?
Not that. I know it was that one.
Because that was my shit. I like that movie.
That was the first. No, Candyman was the first scary movie I saw.
How did you do it, Candyman?
Yeah, I was terrified.
Look, that was. I honestly can say that's the one movie that I would not watch. Candyman.
That's the last scary movie I've seen. When I saw Freddy vs. Jason, I was either in 8th grade or 9th grade. I had to sleep in my parents' room for 2 weeks.
Freddy vs. Jason is like a comedy. It wasn't scary at all.
It's terrible. Yeah, see, I'm a punk. I don't like scary movies. I don't.
Yeah, Freddy vs. Jason was not scary at all. It was more like a comedy, and Freddy beat his ass.
There's nothing funny about killing people. How do we find humor in death?
Because Freddy's hilarious.
He has a smart mouth, right?
Yeah, he has a very smart mouth. If I was you, on a nice sunny day, on a sunny Sunday day, that was a tongue twister. Watch Freddy versus Jason, and you're going to laugh more than you're going to scream. I'm going to tell you because Freddy is hilarious.
But you got to watch it in the day. You probably got to watch it in the daytime.
I'm telling you to do that because I know you're scary. I could watch it, or anybody else could probably watch it any time of the day, any time of the night, 1 a.m, nobody around because it's not scary. But I'm helping you out.
Hell no.
Watch Freddy versus Jason on a Sunday. Make sure it's a Sunday.
Lord's Day?
You're protected. You just answered yourself.
I gotta watch 5 hours of SpongeBob after watching anything scary like that.
Are you ready to get this episode going?
I sure am.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Flaw 700, aka Flaw Claw Van Dam, aka Flaw Cigar.
See, I had you there.
AKA your boy Thumb Some Goy.
Ow! That's how Fresco. I don't know the words before my time. Sorry, I can't sing along.
AKA Flexington. And who you be?
Oh, I'm Kayla. Some of y'all know me as Killer. I'm me. I don't have any cool AKAs. Miss King, if you're nasty, I guess.
Used to have a few though.
I did. I let them go.
Understood. I'm not really the biggest fan of the AKAs.
The Flexington is funny. I like that.
But I think that a lot of the listeners have, they wait for that.
Right.
So it's become the thing. Because I remember having a podcast for so long and not doing it. And then I started.
Hey, it's Fresco. Hey, it's Flaw.
Yeah. Okay. But sometimes, you got to put on a show. And that's what I learned. You know what I'm saying?
So I need to work on that, basically. Notes for next month.
You don't have to. But I just think that
that's y'all.
It's the simplest things that you can brand. You can sit up here and you can talk for 90 minutes on a podcast, but you can brand Flaw Cigar or whatever that even is.
Right.
You can just put that on a shirt.
Flexington.
And people will know that that's my signature bird call. Why do I have a bird call?
Who knows?
We never understood why we even did that. It was just freestyling Flaw Cigar. Don't ask us why we did that, but it's stuck. So, so it's the simple things.
You have an Apple Watch?
I've had an Apple Watch. The last time you were here, the last time you was here before that, last time you was here before that, are you kidding me?
Well, see, I just got an Apple Watch, so now I'll be paying attention to it.
So because I didn't notice your Apple Watch, you want to notice mine so I can notice yours.
No, not even because I want to add you as a friend so we can do competitions and shit.
I have on an Apple Watch?
Yeah.
I had no idea that you can do that.
Yeah.
I just got an Apple Watch.
That's the only reason why I'm hyped now. So whenever I see somebody with Apple Watch, I'm like, add me so we can
do that. I just be on my Dick Tracy shit, man. Dick Tracy used to have that watch. Do you remember Dick Tracy? Oh my God. But Dick Tracy, he was a detective, and back in the day, the 80s. Well, Dick Tracy is from, decades ago. But the Dick Tracy that I knew,
clearly.
Yes, but the Dick Tracy that I knew was from early 90s. and he had a watch. He was the only person I knew with a watch who actually had a walkie-talkie, and he talked to his watch. So smartphones to me are like the Dick Tracy watches for me. But I didn't introduce the podcast. We are Kelly Drake's favorite podcast, the Podcast Brothers, and this is episode 154. We are live from the beautiful downtown city of Trenton. We're at Starbucks. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're due for some rain. I hope it rains, but it won't today.
Will it rain? Did y'all get rain last night?
We did, and I heard it got busy in Philly.
It sure did. And that lightning shit was lit up.
I heard it got busy.
Lit up.
We didn't get none of that.
Yeah, we got all of that. It helped cool it down, though. It was very humid on Saturday. It was uncomfortable.
Right. I was about to get there. Like, we are now in fall, and we're seeing, and it seems to be hotter now than it was in the summer. What's going on, man? We living in spooky times, man.
For sure.
I just would have rather have did my time in the summer and fall, act like you know who you are.
Yeah, hoodie season. I need hoodie season. I love hoodie season.
Yeah, but as of right now, man, you know, we still out here in Timbs. Not Timbs, T-shirts. Right. I mean, you out here in the biker shorts. You got the guys looking at you.
Right, I seen him. My short sell. What guy?
Well, when I went outside to get my phone, I saw you come out and get the call. Well, no, that's when you came in, and as he's walking by, he was staring at you.
Okay,
yeah, he was checking you out. Like, look at Kayla.
Bitch ass ain't say nothing. Well, he might be married, so ain't nobody.
You wouldn't have wanted that.
Oh, okay, it was one of those.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Yeah, you wouldn't have wanted that. That's funny. All attention ain't good attention.
Amen.
You understand that?
Very true. That's probably why I completely did not even.
Yeah. You know, it's cuffing season, so you know what I'm saying?
All the homosexuals are out.
It's thick season for men and women. For men and women. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for my thick women, for my thick men.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it. You will be taken
Shout
advantage.
Out to Stephanie, the life architect. Yeah. The homosexuals are on the prowl.
I will not be a victim this fall.
Neither will
I.
I.
Not doing it.
If you don't like thick women all year round, don't come looking for me now.
Right. Now
turn your heat on.
Now
I'm not here to keep you warm.
Yeah. Because then when the spring come and they want to act a fool, but meanwhile they've been loving on you for like
3 months, 4 months.
Well, like 4 or 5 because we got to go through fall and winter. Then spring happened. Now we about to go on vacation with the fellas. Well, where my ticket? Oh, I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, fake. Nah. So yeah, y'all be safe out there. I'm gonna play my part. I will not be a victim of cuffing season, and I hope you don't either. So let's get into this week's episode. We're starting off with our weeks, and since you are a lady,
I'm a lady,
and this is you're here like once a month. You can go first. Get your shit off, Kayla.
All right. My week was chilling, work, gym, life.
Wait a minute. You can't just go past the gym like that when you got me right here. Talk to me. What's up with the gym?
Well, the Apple Watch, shout out to Chandra. She gave me her old Apple Watch because she got one of the newer ones. And it's a really fun way to stay motivated to be in the gym. I like the whole closing rings thing. You don't do that with your watch?
The Apple Watch, let me tell you something. I don't mean to blow your bubble, but the Apple Watch, I don't trust it. Because I'll put my arm down and swing it, and the watch will be like, thank you for standing up. No, I didn't stand up. All I did was swing my arm.
No, but I feel like it can feel the amount of time that you're standing up. Like you have to be up and moving for a minute.
No, it'll really think that you're standing up because you moved your arm. Sorry to bust your bubble, but it's not really that accurate. Now, yesterday...
That's you accidentally cheating the system.
No, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to put my arm down.
Well, it was accident, but I'm sure there's some people who do that.
But yesterday, I did go jogging, and it helps track your time.
Yes, so. I like that. And I like it tracking like my heart rate. And I also wanted to see like what calories burning. Like, I don't pay too much attention to that, but it's still interesting to see like... on the days that I don't exercise and like how many calories I'm burning versus, when I actually work out. And then also to see how many calories I'm burning during like different exercises because, you're trying to look at the machine and trying to get a gauge of, what I guess exercises benefit you more than others. That's just something I'm personally like interested in monitoring, and the Apple Watch helps me do that. So it's cool. It's cute. I like it.
Just make sure you give it take a little because it's not going to be the most accurate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like a gauge, like just a general gauge, but I like it.
But wait a minute. What? The gym. What you doing in the gym? Talk to me about the gym.
I'm
gonna skip past the gym and you got me right now.
I've been focusing more on cardio lately. I don't stay in the gym longer than an hour. Maybe hour 15 minutes. I'm not staying in there longer than an hour. Um what else do I do? I've been doing spin. I love spin. But I can't do it as often as I would like to because it fucks my knee up. And the instructor of the class claims that if I get these certain type of spin shoes, that it won't bother my knee. But I don't want to invest in the spin shoes because they're like $200.
And you're too young for knee problems.
But spin can be vicious on the body.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying you are soft or anything. I'm just saying don't do anything to give yourself knee issues at your age. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I wish I could do it like 3 times a week, but I only do it once a week.
2 things I don't play with when it comes to working out. Don't mess with the knees. Don't mess with the back.
Yeah.
There's when you're in the gym and you're pushing and you're going hard, my arms, my chest, whatever, my abs, I'll burn them till they hurt. But if my knees start talking to me,
I'll stop.
The workout's over. If my back has a conversation with me, the workout is over.
Yo, back pain
and knee pain, forget about it.
Yeah, but like I've had issues with my left knee for a couple years though.
Okay.
And it flares up obviously if I push a little bit too hard. So yeah, but I like spin, but I can't do it as often as I want to. For a while I was lifting more, but I got freaked out because of course, listening to the scale, that being a chick, getting on the scale, I started, like, I was seeing changes in my body, but I was gaining weight, and I didn't like that. That scared me. So I've fallen back from lifting. And I've been, yes. I'll do it.
Yes. Let me tell you, a few of you that lifting weights does help you burn fat, but it'll also bulk you up. Depending on how you're doing it. I know a guy who wants to burn fat and lose weight burn fat and build muscle at the same time. Number one, the scale ain't changing, and number two, he's still fluffy because it's really muscle that he's putting on top of the fat. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, you can lift and burn fat. You just have to make sure that you're doing like high reps.
Yeah, and low.
Yeah, not so much heavy weight, but make sure it's high reps, man, so you can burn fat and build muscle at the same time.
Yeah, and that's what I was doing. I was lifting lighter, but then it was getting easy. So I was like, let me stop being a punk. Let me start lifting heavier. And so I was lifting heavy. And that's when I saw the weight. And I'm like, no. This is not what we want to do. Because like I said, I saw some changes, but it wasn't like I want to cut fat first and then tone up, build muscle.
Because what you're not going to do is come in here with shoulders bigger than mine, Kayla. That just ain't happening.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm focusing more on cardio and like full body exercises with lighter weights versus heavier weight. And it's working. So yeah, I also saw, and I won't talk too much about it because I want to go through the entire experience, but I saw a nutritionist. Because we all know the bigger picture of losing weight is monitoring what you're eating.
Kitchen.
Yes, the kitchen. What is it, 80-20?
And I'm glad you brought that up because this question does not frustrate me. It does not. But just like what Kayla's about to say, there is no equipment in the gym that's going to get you 6-pack abs. Abs come from the kitchen.
And that's why I ain't trying to get abs because that shit is hard.
or shrink your belly, lose belly fat.
Yeah.
It comes from the kitchen.
You eat. It really does.
You can do as many crunches as you want. All you're doing is putting 6-pack abs under the fat.
Yeah. So I went to a nutritionist or dietitian, but her approach is different. Her approach isn't restrictive. It isn't, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. She's culturally competent. She's Dominican, so Afro-Latina. So she understands, the cultural context behind some of the foods that people eat or don't eat. But like I said, she's not focused on a restrictive diet. I think she's more focused on people's relationship with food and eating and, stressors in your life. And again, not saying you can't eat this, you can't eat that, but saying, okay, if you're Hispanic, for her example that she uses all the time, rice is a staple in my diet. I'm Hispanic. Can you still hear me? Yeah. I'm Hispanic. I eat rice. I'm not going to stop eating rice. But she mentioned something more about like mindful eating. So I've only met with her once, so we obviously haven't gotten into the nitty gritty of stuff. But saying it's okay to eat, I guess, whatever you want to eat, but being mindful of, portions and how you feel when you're eating, why you're eating, things like that, listening to your body, things like that. So it was interesting, and I'm interested to see how that goes. Yeah, I did that. What else? How else was my week? Work, fine, still liking my job. Friday was wash. I didn't do anything, and I needed to not do anything. Saturday, I had a family day with my dad and my little brothers. That's always fun. Um, this morning, so my dad, of course, is into his sports. He's very much into betting. So he's constantly at the poppy store. And a lot of times on Saturday or Sunday, I have to take him down to Delaware so that he could place his bets. So first thing this morning, our asses were up driving to Delaware so he could go and place his bets. But he's very into it. He's been into it for years. And basketball season is approaching, so he's going fucking crazy about that. Getting ready for a pod connection in Charlotte. Shout out to Miss Nicole Banks, hosting the a pod connection event in Charlotte the first weekend of October. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Next weekend.
Yes, indeed. And what else? Oh, another thing I've been working on. I've been working on my thoughts lately. So I'm 28, so knocking on 30's door, and I realized that. Well, I've been known it, but I'm realizing that I need to address it. There are some things I need to take care of before I turn 30. Time is moving fast as fuck. I feel like I just turned 21. And now I'm 28, damn near halfway through the year of 28. So, but I realized some of the things that I need to or want to accomplish require changing my thought process.
Your subconscious?
Conscious and subconscious. But and one thing that I realized with like people who are all successful, all of them always talk about monitoring their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think you're successful or that's how you like manifest things. So yeah, and how like powerful the mind is. So I'm just working on honing in on what I need to take care of and just changing some of my habits and my thoughts about myself.
You're on the type of time that I'm on, man. Like you already, it's all in the mind. That's why I say like subconscious, and even you're conscious on a certain level. If you program yourself, because a lot of times, a lot of us can't see past poverty or the job that we got. Like not to judge them, but when I get knowledge and I'm not able to give it to the other people, and I see them just happy that they just have a job, it's just like I could never be that right now. And I was that. Like, yo, I got a job. I make more money than everybody I know.
Ooh.
And then you get to
Flexington.
Well, at one time, and then everybody started becoming firefighters and police. It's like, oh my God, like I'm not the man no more. I need to do something else. So just making as much money as I thought that I could make, basically. Like I make this amount of money, it's as good as it gets. I'm here. And then it hits you. Like, no, there's more for you. Yeah. So it's just you got to reprogram your subconscious to think that it's more out there for you. Why can't we be millionaires? Why can't me and you be rich next year?
Right.
Why can't me and you be rich in a few months? You have to, want to get it.
Yeah, and also change like your habits too, because you can have the thought that, okay, yes, I'm going to be successful or whatever, but if you're not operating in the habits of a successful person, like sure you can have the thoughts there, but do you have the discipline?
Discipline.
Do you have the habits? Things like that. So, and those are things that I've realized, yeah, I want to do this, that, and the third, but do I really want to? Like, in order to do that, you have to do X, Y, Z, and I'm not doing some of those things right now. So, self-awareness is key. So that's it for me. How was your week?
Man, for me, I had a crazy week.
What?
Yeah, well, my son turned 18.
I saw that.
Yeah, my son turned 18, and it's one of those things that you can't wait for, but you are afraid of in a sense, but you're excited because, not everybody makes it to this age the way my son made it to this age, and I'm happy. I'm so proud of him. you know, because he could be doing so many things. And I try to have conversations with people. They think, oh, because I'm in his life, his mother's in his life, he's got a strong family. Kids can still venture off and do what they want to
Hell
do.
yeah.
I think that we get to a certain age where we have to understand, because they blame the father for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can sit there and say, you know what, even if dad was there, you know, some of you kids, not all, some of you will get put on, you know, you have a guideline, you have something to you know what I mean, achieve, because there's somebody else in the household, a different voice, a different output, a different, you know what I mean, different energy, to where it's just mom and she has to work 2-3 jobs, she's never there. So then you got to go out and get money the way you want to get money, or you hanging out with the wrong crowd. You can still hang out with the wrong crowd, because there's a such thing as called school.
Right.
There's
hello.
a such thing as, you know, I'm just going to...
The neighborhood.
The
just
neighborhood.
alongside.
There's a such thing as, I just want to go to the store and get something to eat, and you get caught up in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Dad can't save you from everything, but we get blamed for everything. But I just want to say that I'm very proud of my son, 18 years old. He's a great kid.
Oh.
He didn't want much, so we did the typical family thing that we do. We order food and we get together under grandma's house and we just laugh and just enjoy life. That's what we do for all of us. It's just a tradition that we do.
That's
And
cool.
so yeah, shout out to my son. I'm not ready to be a granddad yet, son, though. So
Ooh, Chile.
focus on your career. Focus on your goals.
Is he a senior in high school?
He's a
yet?
senior in high school.
Okay.
See, he was born in September. So when he did start kindergarten,
Oh, did they hold him back?
they made him do it again.
Okay.
So he actually could have graduated, but he actually gets a chance to enjoy the new high school, which is dope. So he graduates in the year 2020, which is a dope year too. Year 2020.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Aww.
so he's a senior. And these kids, man, shout out to all the kids today. These kids are so active and so creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know who even sells drugs no more. Like, I'm pretty sure that's still a thing. But I think these kids, they just want to have a good time. Mm-hmm. They're creatives. My son and his friends, they create videos, you know, comedy skits. You got so many kids who want to, you know, be musicians, podcasters, everything. Like, they actually have options.
I was thinking about that on the way here. How technology, all that is focused on technology. How technology has helped a generation, you know, below us have access to so many things, so many opportunities, and they're able to make legit money easily because of technology, because of phones. Like
we said last week, we interviewed a fashion designer and he was 18, and we said, what made you want to get into this? And he said he was tired of working for people. Mm-hmm. You know, so it was easier for him to just Google something or just get on his phone and look up how to do something instead of, you know what, walk your butt down to the library, wherever it is.
Right. And
find
then,
a book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And then on your way to the library, you're running into people, you know, who can take you down the wrong path and distract you, versus you can just pick up your phone and do everything you need to do from your phone.
I like you, new set of kids. I don't like your music. Yeah, but I like you, new set of kids.
Fresh.
My daughter, who's 16, she just randomly sparked a conversation with me. Well, two things about my daughter. She wanted to play sports her entire, you know, for so long, and she hasn't been able to. So when she got transferred to her new school, the volleyball team needed a spot. So, you know, she wanted to join, and she joined. And I actually got a chance to go see my daughter play volleyball. I've always been at all my son's basketball games. Whatever my son was into, I was there. My daughter just really couldn't find the time to get into nothing. So when she had a volleyball game, I made it my duty to go there. Of course, I pulled out the phone. She was embarrassed.
Yes, but, Dad.
I was happy for her.
I had that.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Cool. And she hits me with the, Dad, I got a crush on somebody.
Oh.
But I took that opportunity just to have a conversation with her. You know, I wasn't on some, who you got a crush on? Who is it? Nah, talk to him. You know, she asked me, what should she do? Now, the advice I gave her, I'm like, don't do nothing. Like,
yeah, what should she do?
Now, I don't know how we do in 2020. You know what I mean? I know women, things are changing, but I'm not going to tell my daughter to pursue nobody. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a crush, I mean, hopefully he has a crush on.
She has to set him up so that she has to shoot her shot by creating the circumstances so that he can shoot his shot.
Well, that's better than what I said, because I can't remember what I said, but I basically told her, like, you not about to go kick no game. What you gonna do? Treat him to ice cream?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sis,
Like,
keep your coins
yeah,
to
like
yourself.
I don't know how it works now. But you know how I do work though. The person you got a crush on more than likely does not have a crush on you.
So, admire from afar. That's what I do.
You know how it go though. The people that we want don't want us, and the people that we want don't want us, and the people that want us, we don't want them.
Oh, well,
It's life.
hope.
Not saying that that's how it works with her.
I hope the guy wants her, and I hope he's a good guy.
And I hope that my daughter continues to come to me with these types of conversations. I think I did a great job with the little bit of knowledge that I had for her.
Good job, Dad.
And I didn't get mad. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Like, my son is 18, and when you have a 16-year-old daughter, she's damn near grown.
Yeah. But I mean, the fact that she felt comfortable, was this like the first time she came to you about something like that? Well, as far as
I think so.
Well, the fact that she felt comfortable coming to you shows that you're doing the right thing as far as letting her know that she can come to you. Because a lot of daughters would be terrified. A lot of daughters would probably go to their mom first. And which she might have done too, but the fact that she came, but the fact that she came to you shows that you're doing.
I'm everything. Like, I'm mom and dad. Like, I'm everything. No disrespect to the mother, but that's just the burden. That's just what I carry.
Yeah.
If my kids need or want anything, it has to come through me. I don't know why. Like, I'm such a provider.
But that's good that especially, like I said, especially your daughter feels comfortable coming to you for that. That shows that you're doing the right thing. You made it clear that you're not judgmental and that you're approachable.
Yeah. She jumped out the window and I caught her.
I'm about to say.
I caught her.
That's good. Oh.
So let's get into this week's episode, man. So let's talk about it real quick, right? So the case is happening, not the case, but they're on the jury, the trial of Amber Guyger. We're going to call her Ugly Crying Lady.
You know, from far away, I was looking at that picture. I thought that was a clip from The Office. She just looks like, The Office, the show?
I watched that on Netflix. It's pretty funny.
She looks like somebody.
So we're going to call her the Ugly Crying Lady because that's what she did a lot of when she was when she took the stand and gave her, she recollected, if that's a word, what happened that day. The murder trial of Amber Guyger, a.k.a. Ugly Crying Lady, the one-time police officer who fatally shot Bohem Jean. Is that how you say his name? Bohem Jean? Yeah, just push, yeah. Botham B. Jean. Botham Jean. Botham Jean. I'm sorry, God. Rest in peace to this beautiful soul, because he was the one that was murdered. And this happened in Dallas of last year. So during the trial, jurors have heard the officer who was called to the scene last night, and they performed CPR on Mr. Jean. Let me get to the points. Okay, so Guyger, who's 31, aka Ugly Crying Lady, she took the stand, and basically what she was saying was she will forever regret the night she shot Jean.
No, she doesn't. She
said she entered his apartment thinking it was her own and killed him believing he was a burglar. She was off duty but still in uniform when she killed Jean, which in her defense she called tragic but an innocent mistake. Now, as a police officer, and describing things and going like in hindsight, it's easy to do. But I'm pretty sure what she could have did, because she was at the door, left out the apartment, called for backup, and backup would have been there in less than 30 seconds flat, because, an officer, or allegedly, quote unquote, her apartment had a stranger danger inside.
But my thing is, you knew you wasn't at your apartment to begin with, so.
Right. Of course. But if we're going off, she really thought, I'm using air quotes here. If we're going off, she really thought this was her apartment still. Because you're at the door. It's not like you're in the kitchen. You can't make it to the other side of the apartment to get out.
Right. You get to the door and something's not right.
Why would you
walk into it?
You leave, go back out, reverse, because you're at the door. Okay, boom. Let's play this out. You put the key in the lock. You open the door. Key's probably still in the lock because you still got your hand on the knob and the key's in the lock. and you see a stranger in the house.
You
Boom,
gonna walk
close it.
into it, right? You gonna keep going in?
You gonna keep going in? No. You walk out, lock the door, and you're still in uniform. Your walkie-talkie's on you, right? Because you're still in uniform.
Somebody's
in my apartment. Cops are there 3 minutes flat. But we all know that's reality. That could have been a situation, but we all know that that definitely wasn't it. So she cried on trial.
Ugly.
She cried. Yes, this ugly crying lady cried and said it was such a mistake. She thought she was in her apartment. Other witnesses, such as what's his name, residents and Ranger David Anderson, testified that the floor plan is a bit confusing, meaning that other people have been kind of got lost and not knowing where they were.
No, but I mean, if you live there, how long have you lived there? Like,
well, residents just kind of said that the stairwells, like the way to get up to the apartment, is a bit confusing where you might not know what floor you're on.
But how many times have you gone to your apartment?
I don't believe it.
Right.
I don't believe it.
So you don't remember, you've been living here for however long, you don't remember how to get to your apartment?
Yeah, I definitely don't believe it.
Were you under the influence of something that might have clouded your judgment, and you, maybe in that case, you went the wrong way, took a wrong turn?
Weren't there a couple?
What?
Or messing around with each other?
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm just saying her personally, if she didn't remember or thought she was in the right place, what was so different about today that now all of a sudden you don't remember where you're going? What's your perception? Like I said, were you under the influence?
What I'm not going to do is make any excuse for her, because I can name a few, but I'm not going to name none for her. I'm not even going to help. I'm not even going to help her. I'm not even going to somebody
Send
can take
her to
this
jail. I don't care.
Well,
Send
that's
her
why I
to
brought
jail.
this up, because I hope that she gets sent away. But I'm just updating you guys because this was a topic that we had last year, and we just want to let you guys know what's going on. A lot of you don't even know that the trial has started. This ugly crying lady, she's using the defense that we thought she'd use. She was afraid for her life.
Why does it take so long for these trials to even? I don't understand the judicial system or anything at all. Why does it take so long for something like this to even go to trial? Like it's been over a year, and they're just starting this process.
Mm-hmm.
But like, why? I wonder why that even happens.
That's a good question. I got no answer for that.
Someone who's in the whatever system, criminal justice or whatever system, I need an answer. And not even just this case, cases in general where people are killed. I feel like, why is everything so backed up?
You know who we're going to ask? Dan on drugs.
Hello.
Let's ask Dan on drugs.
Exactly.
After we get done this episode, we're going to at you. We're going to at you. We're going to say, hey, why does trials take so long to happen? Like, you know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for social media, stuff like that, we probably wouldn't even know this was going on.
Right. And then it's like, in this past year, has she been locked up? Like, if you shoot somebody, don't you sit in jail? They knew it was her. So, has she been sitting in jail the past year? Or
post bail. I should probably post bail, stuff like that.
I
highly doubt a former officer who lost her job, sat in jail. Because like this Ranger guy, David Armstrong, he's testifying that, he didn't see, he says she acted accordingly, basically.
Racist
on some,
bitch.
No, he's black.
Oh my gosh. What the hell?
He's black.
Uncle Thomas.
He's a brother.
Oh my gosh.
He's a sheriff down there in Dallas. Anything to do to keep my job.
Yes, Uncle Thomas.
You already know how that go. All right, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's definitely my mood after hearing that.
I sent you this clip of this quote from a young lady on social media who had a bit to say about relationships and how far in between you should go without communicating with somebody if you're serious with them. And I quote, she said, definitely couldn't see myself dating someone who goes 24 hours without checking in. Not even a little, hey, I'm going to be busy all day. Sorry if I don't message as often, or a simple thinking of you. A person that genuinely likes you isn't going to go 24 hours or more without hitting you up. It's that simple.
I agree.
I kind of disagree.
Of course, because you're a man and you don't get it.
No. No. I don't really think this is a gender thing. a lot of
Because you a crazy ass Gemini, so you don't get it.
a lot of my friends, associates, and I'm seeing a change in a lot of us to where a lot of us want to protect our inner peace, our outer peace. We've become more busier with things.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote, we're busier. We have a lot going on. Kids, programs, I mean not programs, but projects. I know what it's like for time to get away from you.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Niggas don't know how to multitask in 2019.
We are multitasking. And there's so much going on.
There's so much going
on.
Oh my goodness, I'm so overwhelmed.
Even though, yes, you should reach out to your partner within 24 hours, if not the first thing in the morning. I agree with that. But I don't think it's as, as bad as she's making it seem if you are doing something besides playing Madden all day. I mean, it's levels to it.
I'm about to say there's
but it's levels to it. But like I say, I know a lot of us. There's a lot of people that I know. We have so much going on that even if we like you, you might not hear from us for the next 2 days. I'm busy.
So you didn't think about me in 2 days? I'm supposed to be the person that possibly romantic interest. You didn't think about me in the past 2 days?
I didn't say I didn't think about you.
So you haven't talked to me in over 24 hours, and you like me and you thought about me, but you haven't talked to me. You didn't think to hit me up?
Probably not. But that does not mean
you're not the person for me.
That might be it. I might not be for you. Or maybe you're just not busy enough. I can look at it that I can look at it that way too. You got that much time on your hand for you to actually take time out of your day and sit and worry about what I'm doing. You can reach out too. But I'm just saying, I know there are people out there that time will get away from you.
Oh, time escaped me.
We're busy.
I'm so busy. Oh my
I just
goodness.
don't think that when somebody says, if you don't reach out to me in 24 hours, you must. No, I might like you. I can like you and not talk to you from like Monday, the last time we talked. We might not talk till Thursday. That's fine with me.
That's terrible.
I'm busy.
I'm so busy. But you thought about me. But you didn't think to hit me up?
What I'm saying is, yes, a good morning, good evening, how you doing? A text does not take more than a few seconds.
Exactly.
I get that.
What is so hard about that?
I get that. All I'm saying to you is there is a possibility that you just might not hear from some people because in this era, like I said, a lot of people that I know are trying to protect their inner peace. A lot of people are really on their own thing right now.
So
you get what I'm saying?
What does protecting your peace have to do with hitting someone up you like? You will hope that the person you like helps contribute to your peace.
Because a lot of the things that you're doing is because you don't want to be on. I don't want to be on social media as much as I used to be. I don't want to be around as many people as I used to be. And then you start putting your hands in so many projects. So from sun up to sundown, you're literally busy.
I need somebody who knows how to multitask better. So if I'm not important enough to be squeezed into your busy...
that's the word that I'm getting at. I think that you can be important to me.
Oh, obviously not important enough. I can be important, but I ain't top 5, top 3. Clearly.
Have you ever gone 24 hours without reaching out to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. Hey, how we having this? Hey, yo, how we having this conversation?
But it was a point behind it.
Okay,
though.
so what was the point?
The point was I wanted to see if he was going to reach out to me, especially if he was in the wrong about something.
Did he?
No. Well, I'll say most recently, no. With someone, no.
But what did he do? Is he?
I don't want to talk about it because he might listen.
No. Not what did he do, but what does he do? Okay, like what? Is he busy though? Is he real active? Is he
fake busy?
Fake busy.
Like I said, everybody's fake busy. Everybody, we make time for the things. At the end of the day, no matter how many things you have your hand in, no matter how many jobs, how many projects, at the end of the day, you make time for the people and the things you want to make time for. Absolutely no excuses. There's too much technology. If you're forgetful, if you're whatever, there's too much technology to keep us on track. And if it's important enough to you, if it or that person is important enough to you, you'll do what you need to do to remember. You'll do what you need to do to keep in contact.
My only point is what I'm saying is yes, you should reach out to the person that you're interested in or dating or the person you're in a relationship. I just don't think that it shows that you don't care or you're uninterested if you go 24 hours
False.
without reaching out to somebody. See, for me, I guess I'm speaking on anytime I was that googly eyed for somebody.
You don't
It
have
was
to be googly eyed.
that's the only time you'll catch me like, hey, what you doing? Hey, what you doing? It's like you're in the zone, like you're in a lust stage.
Well, not even. You don't have to be googly eyed.
I'm just saying me.
Oh, I guess you're mean.
I'm not me. I'm busy. I'm busy. You know, like my day, like I can honestly say.
busy.
So I guess I can take this conversation and personalize it. You know, for me personally, just knowing that I still get up early, even though I'm not working. I still get up early and I go to the gym because I have to, because I know I got to squeeze this workout in because I might not have time to do it, even though I'm not working a 9 to 5. Because I know me, I am tremendously busy.
Busy, quote unquote. Busy.
And if I'm not busy doing my project, now I got to make time for me.
But you was doing all that even before you had a job, working on projects and making.
It's different. I'll be honest with you. It's a little different when you don't have like a stable position type. Because me, I will lose track of the day.
Well, that's what reminders are for. That's what clocks and watches are for, so that you don't lose time of the day. If you know you're that type of person. It's too much technology out here in 2019. There's no excuses.
See, we want to blame everything on technology now.
I'm not blaming it. I'm saying use it as a tool. That's the time. Technology makes a lot of people stupid. Here's a point. Here's a time where you can use technology for good. That'll actually benefit you. Set a reminder. Set an alarm.
Okay. But if I'm the busy one and you're not, reach out to me. I don't think it should be
like you said, everybody's busy. I got a job too. She might have a job too.
So if you're busy and I'm busy, I don't think that it should be a phone tag thing. Oh, I haven't heard from you all day. What's up? I'm here now. What's up?
Oh, I'm here now.
Yeah, what's up?
Whatever. Men are trash. I'm joking. I just love saying that. I should have loved. I think it's funny.
Because I think women are more in that driver's seat now.
What?
Not trash, but more. Nah, we never call women trash. But I think women are more in that driver's seat as to where they're in school, working so many jobs, so busy.
Exactly. And we can do all that in general, not saying to everybody. We can do all that and still find the time to text people throughout the day. So it's like, if he's not doing half of that.
If somebody reaches out to them, if you text your friend first, hey, how you doing? And they'll text you. But if you don't text them, I'm telling you, you can go a few days without hearing from them because they're busy. They're tired. By the time they get home, they just want some wine. They just want to unwind and go to bed and do it all over again tomorrow. I still like you.
Nah, but she saw that text, and all it takes is a matter of
less than
30-second response.
Okay, so let's say I'm talking to a girl and I reached out to her. I expect a reply. When I get it, however I get it, a few hours later, I get you're busy.
But what about more than 24 hours? You was that busy that it took you 24 hours to respond?
Ever get a text message, forget you got it? And then they be like, yo, what's up? Where you at? Oh, I forgot to write you back. That's never happened to you.
I wasn't that happened, but not like consistently. Some people that's a consistent thing. Like, oh, I always forget to text back.
But what if I'm really, not cheating, no girl on the side, no nothing. What if I'm genuinely really into my craft? And that's it. I forgot to hit you back. That's all.
Well, then say that, but don't make it a habit. I'm just saying, that's me personally talking to whoever I'm dealing with. That's cool and all. You know, like I said, sometimes that happens to me too. If I'm at work, again, I'm busy. If I'm at work and I'm dealing with a client or something and somebody texts me and I'm like, all right, let me finish writing my notes, and then I get a call, and then there's the health department, blah, blah, blah. All right, but then that's not going to happen every time that person.
And then the iPhone with this red stuff.
But see, people can I don't have my red receipts on.
Well, for the people that do.
They're petty, first of all.
I looked at it and I can't reply yet. Because either I'm doing something and I can't give you the proper response that I want to give you, so I'm going to put it down. And then with my busy schedule, I forget to reply. All I'm saying to you is, yes, you should reach out to the person that you like, that you're dealing with in a relationship every day.
Yes.
I don't think that you can say, I'm not interested because you didn't hear from me all day. That's not the fact.
It's situational.
It depends on who that person is. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't deal with that person because obviously you don't got enough going on in your life.
Ooh.
I ain't hearing from you all day. Well, what you been doing? Sitting around? Go get some money.
Right, exactly.
Go read a book. I think that that's how a lot of us, especially people my age or this day and era, because a lot of people that I follow on social media, they're into their own thing. And it takes a special person to break that.
Yeah.
So if somebody is not reaching out to you, then you haven't cracked what they're looking for you to crack.
And that's fine because there's someone out there that can crack.
And we make it hard. A lot of us out here are making ourselves so busy that it's going to take somebody that's just as busy.
And then, like you said, making yourself busy, but are you even accomplishing anything? Are you actually busy? That'd be my real thing. Everybody's quote unquote busy. But it's like, are you really busy?
Work. Reading is busy. My alone time is busy. I'm busy.
I guess.
Whatever that alone time consists of, I'm busy.
I guess.
So there's a lot.
At the end of the day, you make time for who and what you want to make.
And you're going to stand on that one, huh?
Because it's the truth.
It is.
Mine's all the I'm busy. Okay, you pick and choose what you use to take up your time with.
Yeah.
So you build your schedule. You chose to take that job. You chose to take that 11 to 7, 9 to 5 overnight shift. You choose to go to the gym every morning and go for however long you go for.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Stop. Don't pick fights with my activities.
I'm just stating facts.
Not you. But don't be like, oh, you can go to the gym, but you can't text me. Oh, you can go yo.
But I mean, if you can go in the gym for an hour and a half, you can't text me. If I text you, say what time you go to the gym? Like 5 o'clock.
5 in the morning. Yeah.
All right. So I'll say you wake up at 4.
Mm-hmm.
If I text you at 3:30 and then you wake up at 4. So say you had to see my text because your alarm went off. You had to open your phone to turn off your alarm. And then you probably, as the average person does, you check your phone real quick. You might not check social media, whatever, but you see that you have a thing, a little red dot, a little red one. That red one is from me. You might not feel like having a whole conversation. You don't want to call me, have a good morning, oh baby, but you see, I text you, hey, good morning. All you have to say is, even if you're rushing to the gym, you might have slept through your first alarm. It's 4:30. It's 4:45, and you're just seeing my text message. You're dead set on getting to the gym at 5 a.m., and you want to be there. You don't want to waste no time. You see my message. Hey, good morning. I'm rushing to the gym. I'll text you when I get out. Have a good morning. That's it.
Yes, you can do that. But we're saying if you text me first. If I wake up at 4 in the morning, that's not a guarantee that I'm going to reach out to you. I have my morning ritual. Well, people have their morning rituals.
Why can't I be a part of your morning ritual? Hello.
See what I mean? Because a morning ritual, like if you work out, you want to wake up in the morning, you want to get some protein in the system. You want to meditate. You might want to do some push-ups. You might want to hit the shower. There's a lot of things.
You shower before you go to the gym?
Yeah. No. I'm not saying me or mine. But I have done it. Yeah. You shower before, after.
You shower before the gym?
Why not?
I feel like I feel like a shower would open your pores up and make you more susceptible to like.
Well, I don't get
that's
sick.
That's just me thinking.
I don't
body
get
and public health shit. Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying you can have whatever morning ritual you can have.
Whatever. Don't text the person. Text them back in 3 days and do that to everybody you like and see how far you get. How about that? Everybody try that then.
It's to each his own.
Exactly.
To each his own. I'm just saying, don't make it seem like because I haven't reached out to you that I'm not interested. No, I'm busy. But let's move on real quick, right? So DMX, let's talk about the DMX GQ interview.
Earl.
He looks sharp.
Yes, I've never seen him dressed like that before, ever. How long he been out?
Since 98. But he's been rapping since like 91.
I've never seen him clean cut like that. That was really cool.
You got to put respect on the team behind DMX, because that's what that was. DMX didn't come out in jail and say, hey, I want to do a GQ interview. And he probably thought it was a dumb idea. Right. And when they said, hey, you're going to put on these suits, I'm not putting on those suits. But
Or you never know. I mean, he is getting older.
he DMX ain't listen,
Right.
man. He probably never read a
You
GQ
never
magazine.
know. Or I mean, all we've seen is what he's allowed us to see as far as his personality and how he acts. Just because he's rough, he's from the streets, he's this and that, doesn't mean he doesn't read GQ.
Yes, he might have read GQ, but what I'm saying to you is somebody like DMX comes home and his team, I think
Had
the
that
team,
set up as soon as he got
right.
out.
I think that he has a great team around him to do these beautiful things. Because not only was he in the GQ, but Swiss Beats, Rick Ross, and DMX got a new song out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're putting him in position to make a comeback.
See, that's what I worry about.
The comeback?
Can he really make a comeback?
Well, before we get into that, let me just refresh your memory on who DMX is.
Y'all don't know Earl Simmons?
Hey, listen. Listen. In 2019 going to 2020,
So it's too many of these young kids.
I know
Do a
people,
Google search, okay?
I know people who
Google
think
Earl Simmons.
I know people who think Lil Nas X is the only Nas in the music industry.
That's so sad. Do a Google search.
I was searching for Nas one time and Lil Nas X came up first. Like,
that's terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's disrespectful.
But it's easy to forget how successful DMX was. To this day, he is the only rapper to have his first 5 solo albums to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200. That's big. He is the only living rapper to have 2 albums go platinum in the same year. He starred in massive budget action films. He has made millions of dollars. And it's easy to forget the highs because of his lows. X has, for example, been to jail some 30 times in his life. Whew.
That's ridiculous.
Charges against him vary from drug possession to robbery to probation violation and everything in between. He struggled with an addiction to crack cocaine. He has 15 kids. And he unsuccessfully tried to file for bankruptcy as recent as 2016.
How you unsuccessfully file for bankruptcy? You're not broke enough?
That's a good question. I would definitely like to know
Dan,
that.
you know anything about that?
Like, yo, how
got
do
some
you
legal
not?
questions.
How do you get Dan on drugs? We got 2 questions for you. Why does it take so long to go to trial? And how can you not qualify for bankruptcy? Obviously, he still had money in the bank.
Right, had it
Something had to
somewhere.
happen.
They found it out.
But yeah, DMX rap sheet is a long one, and I agree with what this article said. It's easy to only think about when he started getting in trouble, in and out of jail.
Negativity sells. No one wants to talk about the positive.
But he is one of the greatest rappers of all times. Now, back to what you were saying. Is the world ready for DMX?
Can he keep up with the world? Because his sound, the era of hip hop that he's from, is not the hip hop that we're in today. And I feel like today's world, it's hard for today's society to be very receptive of late 90s, early 2000s style of rap. Like, what is he going to talk about in 2019 that the masses can relate to? Granted, he's not the type to care about what the masses think anyway. But I mean, if you're trying to make money, be successful, whatever, depending on which route you take, whether you're going to be loyal to, I make music for who I make music for, they're going to fuck with it or not, versus I'm trying to get as many, I'm trying to appeal to as many audiences as possible so I can make money as many different ways as I can. It depends how he's going to approach it. And I mean, I would guess that DMX is still going to be on the type time he's always been on.
In 1998, when I first heard X, it was something special.
It's just the passion in his voice.
It was different. When I listened to the song he has with Swiss Beats and Rick Ross now, it didn't feel special. It's like I'm used to it. That's X. So that special glow that he had, it's not there, but he once again, I just ran down his accolades. Nobody has done what he's done. Mm-hmm. And I'm one to say, you don't have to repeat none of this. He don't need a #1 album. He don't need to go platinum. He don't need none of that. It'd be great if he did it, but his place in history is already solidified.
But it's like, we know that, but then you ask somebody 10 years younger.
But if I'm DMX, I'm not trying to get them. I'm not.
Exactly. You're staying loyal to your fan base.
I'm trying to just make music that I want to make. And whoever grabs on it. I think what DMX should try to do is like get his masters or something. So you can start making a lot of money off what you've already done. If he's going into the studio thinking he's going to make an album that's going to sell 3 million copies.
It's just not. So that's why I'm like, I don't think he can necessarily. I don't know how to word that properly. He can still make music and still do his tours or whatever.
Mhm.
Obviously, won't be on as big of a scale, whatever. I still think he can make music, but I feel like there's levels. I don't think it would necessarily be a comeback.
I think it would. I mean, this guy was battling crack. So
He probably still is, no problem.
I don't know. I don't know. You
I don't
can't
wanna
look
be
that
the
clean.
bearer. I
Don't
wanna be the
do
bearer
that.
of bad
Don't do
news.
that. I think X is clean. I think DMX is
For
clean.
now. How long have been
Oh
out
my
of jail?
God! Here you go.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but let's be realistic. I mean, of course, I would hope that he's clean. Come on now.
I think X is clean, and I think releasing a album in the near future is a great success. Just because he just could not stay out of trouble. It could be the dumbest things. Him not having his license. That's it. Like something so dumb. Animal cruelty. Now they say that, but it just might have been him with too many dogs. It's just
it's
like
anything
nitpicking. So then they say, okay, well, of course, like he's back on drugs. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I don't even know if I think he did kick the habit because there was a time where all the Rough Riders they had interviews and it just was like they never seen X use drugs. So something happened over time to where he got back on it.
Okay, now and then even if he isn't doing whatever drugs anymore, still how's his mentality? Because I definitely feel like there's still some mental or emotional, whatever the fuck. I don't want to say what's wrong with him, but that he's possibly dealing with, because I feel like with any type of addiction comes, I mean, even before the addiction, he talked about it in GQ, some of the things that he dealt with, abuse and everything growing up, that affects your mental, emotional space. And then obviously crack cocaine compounded that however many times.
His youngest son, I haven't seen an update on it, but I don't think his oldest son vibe.
Yeah, because that was on one of them shows.
One of them shows. And then he has 14 more.
Sheesh.
So I think a relationship with at least some.
I want to know how many baby mamas he got. That's the real tea.
I hope he don't got 14.
That's the real tea. That's what I want.
I hope he got a few, one of them at least, man.
Who is his baby mamas, by the way?
Because you can understand how depressed and how he would rather go do crack than fight with 14 baby moms.
Right.
I'd rather be a crackhead than actually go to war with them women because they all want my money.
Right.
Or the money that they think I have. So then, okay, then maybe that's why he, files for bankruptcy so I can get out of it.
So the bank said or no.
Yeah. But
yeah, I just worry more about like what is his mental space.
I think DMX is in a great space, but this is once again team. I think the team he has around him is good. Old Dirty Bastard, right? When he came home, he went straight to Rockefeller. And there's so many specials on it that shows you that the team around him, they allowed him to just buy drugs. They didn't care.
Yes, man.
So then he OD'd because he didn't have the right people around him. That can happen to X. That can happen to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that the people that's around X right now are good people. It seems that way because he wouldn't look so sharp in the GQ.
He looked
his beard was trimmed.
Good. I was like, oh my gosh, look at Uncle Earl.
Uncle Earl.
Uncle E.
Shout out to DMX, man. Do you got a favorite DMX song? If you don't, I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I do. Get at me, dog.
Get at me, dog.
That's my shit. And the song, I was just listening to it this morning. I think I took a screenshot of it because I knew we was gonna be talking about him today. No Love for Me. I was listening to that song.
No kinds gonna sweat love for me. Yeah, man.
I was listening to that song this morning with my dad. I grew up listening to DMX.
DMX is special. He definitely is special. So yeah.
Very, very.
Shout out to X, man.
I think he'll be fine. But I definitely agree with your point to him needing to create other revenues. He definitely deserves to still be like in the media. Like I would love to see him like as a regular on like a show or something.
He had a reality TV show, but I think that was before his time.
I don't want him to be
I think he's a great personality.
Show.
I think he can do himself, not nothing crazy like making him look funny.
I love what 2 Chainz does.
What do you do?
Cooking? 2 Chainz, he has that show where he's always looking at like super expensive stuff. Like he'll be taken to like like cars to see like expensive cars and random appliances. And he's
Okay,
just like
but
providing his
besides
commentary.
dogs and women, what is X into?
We don't know that because he hasn't really shared that with us.
And I just think a camera following X is good enough.
I don't want to be
I think so.
reality.
Just him.
He's already done done.
But I think that was before his time. And I think he was getting high. And I think he was getting high when he was doing that. I really do. I think he was getting high when he was in Arizona and they took advantage of him. Because let's be honest with you, not all artists are business minded or they know, how to work the paperwork that favors them.
But that's why you get a team who does.
That's why I think they're ready now. I think they're ready now.
I would love to see him doing like providing commentary on something. I don't know. But I think this is also a good time for his team to help him like focus more on the positive. Because like you said, again, all we know is rap and drugs.
We just want to hear X talk. I just want to hear him talk.
But talk about something that we haven't really heard him talk about before. Because I'm pretty sure he's into more than drugs. Well, obviously, if he's clean, he's not into drugs anymore. Listen. So women and rap. He's a complex man. He's a deep thinker. He's into more than just drugs and rapping and women.
Well, shoot. Can't wait to see it, X. I know you're clean. I hope you stay clean. And I can't wait to hear new music from you and Swiss. Get Dane Grease on the dial. Call him up. Get all these features. Get Jay. Get all the boys together, man. Let's make it 1998 again. Get the locks. Call them all.
Sound like an old head.
All right, listen. I am who I am, man. Let's make it 1998. Let's make it 1998 again. 20-something years, man. Let's do this. Now, with that being said, you got some questions for me?
I do. Okay, so last time I was here, I was asking you and Fresco questions. So continuing with that trend, but this is more so related to just strictly music since we talk about DMX. What's your favorite slang word that's derived from hip hop? So like classic examples like bling bling, lit. I don't know. Those are the ones that just come off my head as far as slang words derived from hip hop. What's your favorite slang word? And if it is bling bling or lit, then
hell no, it ain't bling bling.
You ain't listen to Lil Wayne, Cash Money.
But
you wasn't saying bling bling.
No, I've never said
bling
bling. Why would I say?
Goodness.
I've rapped it, but I've never been like, yo, what's up? Let me go get somebody go cop some bling bling, or let me see your bling bling.
Never say bling.
Never said that. Was never in my vocabulary.
I guess
never. There was no reason for me to say it. And I think bling was always corny.
You ain't never known nobody with an icy chain.
If I said something to him, it was a joke. Oh, look at your bling bling. It was a joke, really. It wasn't nothing serious. Like I think bling bling, like people was really calling jewelry bling bling. I could never do that. Never.
Whatever. So what's your favorite slang word?
My favorite slang word, and this was tough because I've been thinking about this for a few days, and I really don't think I've had one. I've had a few favorites, like done. It comes from like Queensbridge. Like, what up, done?
Oh, I don't. That ain't my neck of the woods.
Yeah, see, you don't know nothing about that. What up, done? Cream, just because of what it means. Like cream, it came out like they came out with that term in like 92, 93, and even to this day, that still resonates with me. Cash rules everything around me. Cream. So stuff like that, man. I would go cream. I'm gonna show my age. I'm not afraid to show my age. I'm not no young boy. You know what I mean?
All right. Which rapper is the definition of a one-hit wonder to you?
A rapper. Oh man, what's my man name that came out of nowhere and he was a goofball and we ain't seen him again. Diamonds. Nigga.
I knew you was gonna say that when.
What's his name?
Trinidad James.
Trinidad James.
My dad and I was listening to the All Go Everything on our way back from Delaware this morning, and I was like,
the whole album.
No, just that one song.
I
didn't even know. Just that one song. And I was like, but it's funny because I was like, damn, yo, he really only had that one song. Like maybe a second song, but I don't remember it. And my dad was like, yo, it's crazy because that album was all right. He was just a weirdo. And
I didn't know he had an album out.
I didn't know he had, neither did I, but apparently he did. And apparently it wasn't that bad, according to my dad.
Your dad might have been listening for instruments or something. I don't know. Because
him.
There was nothing fire about Trinidad James at all. Like that song took so long to catch on for me because everybody kept playing it like it was fire.
Right.
Then the video dropped and it was just like a parody.
A guy riding his bike.
It was just like, this guy's just a goofball. All right, so let's see something else. Never heard nothing from him again. Now I think what he does now is write for other artists, and he does
that's where the money is.
Yeah,
and if you're creative,
do your thing.
Yeah,
because not everybody's meant to be in front of the camera like a star.
Right, but you can still be fired just operating in different talent.
I'll write your music. I got no swag. I ain't got none of that, but I'm a
can talk
good
it like
writer.
I can talk like I do.
The swag sells.
Yeah, exactly. Now, which one hit wonder do you feel deserves a second shot at sustainable stardom?
A one-hit wonder who deserves a second shot.
I didn't send you that question.
You didn't.
That was supposed to be Fresco.
Okay. Man,
I should have.
That's a tough question. That's a tough question because if you're a one-hit wonder, I mean, you gave us all you got. Like I think an artist like Bone Crusher. Never Scared. Mm-hmm. That was all he got. That was all he had. Like,
dang,
just to say that was it. Some songs be so huge, it'd be so hard to follow up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what was he going to come out with after that? Like, that's the curse of having a huge, successful record. People want to see your first song.
Yeah.
Is that huge?
Right. That was my shit.
Bone Crusher, Never Scared. And how many remakes did he have? Why? Because he couldn't come up with another song. Right. We want to remix East, remix West, remix South. Why? Because you can't come up with another record. So I don't know which one of them deserve, because matter of fact, none of them deserve it.
Oops.
Because they gave us all what they could give us. Better than what I ever did, though. So shout out to the one-hit wonders. Y'all got money. Y'all got platinum plaques. I'm not hating on y'all. The one songs that y'all did put out was fire, but trying to find that second single is tough, man.
Yeah. Let's see. In your opinion, what makes for a good interview of an artist? Like, if someone is interviewing like a rapper or singer, whoever, what kind of questions are you listening for?
Because I've been kind of like disappointed in a lot of interviews done with rappers because there's so many people who build relationships with people now, so they don't really get to the gusto. Mm-hmm. So there's an interview with Snoop on the Breakfast Club that I had to turn off because I knew he was lying, just based on things that have happened since 1993. I knew he was lying. And I knew that Charlamagne and them wouldn't really press him. Why? Because that's Uncle Snoop. He's cool.
Right.
There's a Jeezy interview that they did. Didn't watch it. Why?
I stopped listening to the Breakfast Club.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what makes a dope interview is just somebody who's going to ask the questions. And the artists just have to be honest. So I actually stopped watching certain artists.
But they got to be comfortable with being honest. But this is the thing, though. Creates that atmosphere.
Like, I'm gonna still go with the Breakfast Club. They'll press who they don't really have a relationship with. They'll ask tough questions. But I will skip over a Jeezy interview, a Snoop interview, or anybody that I think they like because they're not really going to press.
They scared.
I wouldn't say they're scared, but you build relationships.
You know who's I personally feel like is one of the best people one of the best people interviewing artists right now? Have you ever heard of Hot Ones?
No.
Oh, Hot Ones. So the guys, it's with First We Feast. It comes on YouTube. It's a YouTube series. And this guy's Sean, I forget his last name. I should have looked it up. He interviews artists and not just like rappers and singers, athletes, anybody in pop, hip hop, mainstream culture he interviews. But he interviews them while they're eating hot wings. And each wing, it gets progressively hotter and hotter and hotter. But he does a really good job. He asks questions like some of the celebrities would be like, how the fuck did you know that? Like, ask those type of questions. But all of his questions build one upon each other and it has a really great flow. And again, it just shows that he did his research before interviewing that person. I feel like a lot of times people who are interviewing celebrities now, they're not doing their research or they're just staying on the surface.
No, I think they do their research, but because of relationships, you're not going to go there. Like, I'll take a Dame Dash interview over a lot of interviews. It was just like, and that's just because I think Dame like burnt all his bridges. Like, he's not in the industry. So he'll just talk. Like, now all of a sudden he tells everybody him and Jay-Z was fighting over Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Like, now he tells people about how he felt about R. Kelly, even though he was in the video. But I need honesty. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we want. If you're going to sit down and do an interview and somebody asks you a question, don't give us that, you know what I mean, next question, or don't sign off on something. Say, don't ask me about that before we get on, because I really won't be interested in the interview. So somebody who's honest, like Dame Dash, I think makes for an interesting interview, or anybody who's honest about what's really going on.
Yeah, but I think if I'm an interviewer, I don't think you always have to have an established relationship with the celebrity. I feel like it's a matter of me creating an environment where that person feels comfortable being honest, because Dame or whoever, I don't know, for example, DMX, he, for the past 10, 15 years, he might not have felt comfortable opening up about certain things, being interviewed by other people, but then he might get a certain vibe from me, again, how I talk, how I'm asking questions, how I carry myself. And then he might spill the beans, and some people might listen to that interview like, how the fuck did she get him to open up about this? Because I don't know. I just got it like that.
Well, I got to see it. I don't trust.
You have to watch
interviews.
Hot Ones. I'm telling you, watch Hot Ones on YouTube. That guy, he's one of the best interviewers out right now.
And
I stand on that. I'll stand firm
in
by that.
In regards to my busy schedule, I'll try to fit it in.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a busy man.
But you should really check it out. He's really good. But yeah, let me see. Do I have any more? I'll throw another one out there. In your opinion, who's the most iconic figure in rap as far as like style and clothes?
Style and clothes.
Dead or alive, current, past or current?
I go with Biggie. Because not only was he a dope rapper, but it was his style that kind of got him over. Like, he gave the big men life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Coogee sweater.
Right, like when you think of Coogee sweater, you think of Big. When you think of going from ashy to classy, you think of Big. And I think he started that because everybody was so grimy before him. Of course you had the late 70s, the early 80s, and then it kind of got to like Adidas sweat suits, and everybody then went to Timbs and hoodies. Biggie came, and it was Coogee and Jesus Peace, and I make ugly look good. And I think that you take that is the start of we want to look good, and it just kept going. To me, it kept going. I'm gonna tell you what I hate though. I hate that baggy era. In 2000,
oh gosh,
oh my God, I don't know. Listen.
5X tees.
I did that because I hated that I had big feet, so I thought the bigger my pants were, and I looked down, I didn't see bolts. So I actually wore my jeans like way bigger than they should have. But looking back, that is one era. If I could take back an era, it's that era. We looked ridiculous. 5X button ups.
Oh my goodness.
6X Averex. We were horrible. That is a ugly. Please don't go back to that. And it's like I be joking on the kids a little bit about my jeans too tight.
I was gonna say which one.
I would rather have the jeans too tight than go back and look like we looked in 2000. Big jerseys down to the kneecaps, past the kneecaps with your Air Force Ones.
Oh, forces.
That was it?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, let's get into a little bit of Fresher Fiasco. You ready?
Yeah. As ready as I'll ever be.
Fresher Fiasco. Top judge says mothers should have children taken away if they don't let fathers see them. Fresher Fiasco.
Oh, that is definitely situational. I need an investigation.
Okay. Basically, what he was saying was after the court case, if it is agreed upon to let the father see the child, let the child see the father, and as the mother, you don't allow them to, even though it's court ordered.
Oh yeah, that's a violation. That's a court order.
But what they said was they don't do it. Like they could, but they don't because it's just not a good look to arrest mothers. Like they don't want that on their hands. But they're saying, you know what? It's out of hand. We need to make something happen.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's court ordered for you to do something and you're not doing it, that's a violation of the court orders.
But guess what? People are doing it. Like, yo,
so I get my son, not get locked up. Lock them F up.
I get my kid on such and such days, and if the mother says, well, no, just because I don't like your living conditions, I don't like his girlfriend, I don't like whatever, anything.
Okay, now living conditions, again, we need some verification because what if his house is dirty? Or what if he got...
Listen, I want my days.
Well, I feel like a part of that
we live like men.
So it might be dirty. I don't want my kid in filth. I don't want my kid stepping over cigarette butts and dirty socks.
I didn't say all of that. I didn't say that part, but we might not be the cleanest.
I want a wellness visit done before my child comes.
If case is over, I get what I get. You don't have to do no wellness check on me. Give me my kids.
Well, what about if I'm worried about the safety of my child? I need to know where my child is going. Now, granted, I don't need to go in there and see, but I can send the police or whoever to go check and make sure that place is safe. Why not? Why wouldn't
I didn't say safe. I just said we don't live the cleanest. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that the house ain't
Everybody
safe.
defines clean differently, though.
See? Is this an every weekend thing? Is this an everyday thing where you have to come in and expect?
No. Just it would just be like a one-time thing. Or if I send my child to the father, and then he or she comes back smelling like cigarettes or smelling like weed or smelling.
I think a lot
nasty.
a lot of homes have their smell.
But if it's a smell that smells disgusting, then yeah, I'm gonna investigate. Again, maybe I don't need to personally go because again, why am I coming in your house? But if my child's going to be there, that place needs to be clean.
My house smells like, not saying me personally, but I'm just giving an example. My house smells like grease. So when I drop our kid off, he's going to smell like grease.
And I'm gonna ask.
It doesn't mean that I'm a bad parent and
But I'm gonna ask, like, why does my child smell like grease?
That's the way we always fry. We always cooking.
Okay, then all right, I guess. But if it's like gasoline, like car grease, then I'm gonna be like, well, what the heck? But you might be like, my house just smells like that. Okay, why does your house smell like grease?
But I do agree with what you're saying. I guess it's just more than likely it's the
They're being
man.
petty.
It's the man who's kind of like more unsanitized than the women. Not saying that that's the truth for all the time. I'm not saying that that's not the truth for all the time. Right. Hey, listen. I'm a guy who stays clean. I stay clean. So you wouldn't have that issue with me. But I do get that there's just some situations like some fathers or some single parents who do what they got to do. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve to see their kid. So I might not have the best living conditions.
But as long as
I don't need you. Enough. I don't need you getting on me every week telling me I ain't crap because my house don't look like yours. Well, I gotta, because that'd be the argument sometimes. Well, my house is bigger than yours. Okay, I'm clean. Like
as long as it's clean and safe.
My kid got his own room over here. I get that, but we got to share room over here. So I just, as long as it's not petty like that, you know what I'm saying?
I say as long as it's clean and safe. And if I have suspicion of otherwise,
safe, but won't always be the cleanest. I'm just gonna say.
Let's say sanitary. Because don't be. I feel
we're boys, man. Let us do what we do, man.
But when the last time you mopped the floor? When the last time you sweep? When was the last time you took out
sweep
the trash?
every day? Mop when we'll mop when we see the need to.
Okay, touche. Because I hate mopping too.
Okay.
But you can invest in the Swiffer. Swiffers is light work.
Fresco fiasco. Eddie Murphy expresses remorse for ignorant jokes in his old stand-up specials, Raw and Delirious. He also says he has a new stand-up coming to Netflix, and there will be no homophobic jokes. There won't be anything like that. He's a father now, so he's going to focus on fatherhood more.
That's fine. I think it's okay to be regretful, but I wouldn't apologize. Because, I mean, how many 30-something years ago, that was his mind state, or that was his opinion on things back then. And of course, part of that was maybe lack of education or ignorance, whatever.
He said he was going through some breakups.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that was I wouldn't apologize for that. But again, I would, of course, you might be remorseful because it's like, damn, I was ignorant as hell back then. But no, I wouldn't say apologize, because like, apologize for what? You said it now. Like,
I'm gonna go.
I'd say do better.
I'm gonna go fresh. I think
I guess say
what?
I don't know what I should say.
You don't know if it's Fresco fiasco that he feels remorse and that his new stand-up.
Did he apologize, or he just feels remorse?
I've read it. I just remember the remorse part. Like, yo.
Okay, well that's fresh because it shows growth. But I wouldn't apologize.
Okay, but I'm gonna go fresh that
he's remorseful.
He mature. He's grown, because that was the big thing. Eddie Murphy has a new stand-up coming. What will he talk about? Will he be raw and delirious, or will he be different? So he's telling us he's not going that path. He's not trying to be controversial. He's not doing that. My main concern is, can he sell the kids thing? Because I think Kevin Hart beat that in the ground. To me. Like, that's Kevin Hart's lane.
There's things.
And I don't really see other comedians really taking my whole stand-up and saying, hey, I'm going to talk about my family. I think that's what Kevin Hart does.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to throw some wild cards in there.
Like, what though?
I don't know. That's the surprise. Tune in and find out.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You still have your Dave Chappelle's. You still have your other comedians who are going to say what they want to say. And
that's needed.
But then you're going to have Eddie Murphy. I think this makes it more interesting. Like, I really want to see what he's going to do now.
Exactly. And that's the seller. What is he going to say?
Oh, he just sold me. He just sold me. He already
See?
got Netflix.
Right.
I probably was gonna click on it anyway, but you know what I mean? He sold me. So shout out to Eddie Murphy, man. Fresher Fiasco. All new feature coming to Alexa, including a new voice featuring Samuel L. Jackson.
Fresh.
I think that's fresh all across the board.
First of all, get the bag, Samuel L. Jackson. First things first, black man. Get your money.
Samuel L. Jackson as the Alexa voice is the funniest thing in the world.
I hope he's allowed to curse.
I hope he is too. I think that there has to be an option to turn the explicit part on. Like, yo, turn that on. And I want Samuel L. Jackson to go
in the rawest
all
form.
out.
And I also hope there's like I was saying before, I hope there's a setting for like peacefully or calmly remind me versus like aggressively remind me.
So you want... So I guess there's going to be multiple voices, but Samuel L. Jackson is one of them. And I think that it'd be a little racist just to make Samuel L. Jackson the aggressor. I think that he should have like a peaceful...
have settings. I think there should be options.
Okay.
Because I feel like the assumption is that he's going to be yelling because that's what he's known for, yelling and cussing.
But...
He's not always like that. Of course, he's an actor, so that's part of his act. That's part of his gimmick at times. So he could be calm.
I'm going to contradict myself because you don't want to listen to Samuel L. Jackson calm. You want him in his loudest, in his rudest, and his ignorance. You want that. But I just think that I don't want it to be, I just want options as, okay, if I wanted high or low, both be Samuel L. or both be black people. I don't want Samuel L. to be the aggressor and then this white lady is the peaceful person. And even though that's what Samuel L. portrays, I just want the options to be, I just want the options for us to choose for multiple different people. But I think Samuel L. Jackson as Alexa, you sold me just like Eddie Murphy sold me on his comedy. Alexa, you sold me because I want Samuel L. Jackson telling me what to do. Get out the bed.
I ain't yelling. This is the way I talk.
Hey, I know you heard that microwave.
Right.
Like just anything that the Alexa can do. Turn the channel. What's the weather? I want to hear Samuel L. Jackson tell me the weather. I want everything to be Samuel L. Jackson, and that will be fire. I'm going to go fresh on this.
I'm still not getting Alexa though.
I think you sold me. I'm going to get an Alexa.
Really?
And I want Samuel L. Jackson. Kayla, they're already listening to you.
That's bad enough.
They're already listening to you.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Alexa doesn't do nothing.
They listening, they watching.
Siri has turned on so many times, and I don't even say, "Hey Siri." Siri would just pop on. They're already listening to us.
They've been listening.
They can hear us on here. They can hear us on air. They can hear us on here.
The watches.
They can hear us on the watches.
My phone.
Kayla, they know your life already.
I know, but
and Alexa ain't an Echo Dot is not going to give them more information.
But see, it's next level because with Alexa, she can control your lights and your TV and all that. That's next level for me. That's very iRobotish.
You got to have the whole setup though. You can't just buy her and she turns off your like you can't put Alexa here and say, hey, turn off the lights. You can't just do that.
You got to program her in, right?
No, you got to buy the actual lights.
Stuff that's compatible.
You got to buy. You got to be compatible.
See, that shows how much I know about technology. It's still scary.
It's scary, but yeah, you can't just. That's like a TV. Mm-hmm. You got to have an Alexa brand type TV to actually do it. Like your box has to say works with Alexa. You can't just put her. You can't just set Alexa up and tell her to turn your TV.
So what's the point of having Alexa if you're not gonna have her hooked up to everything?
Oh, that means you got to go out. That means you got to go out and buy the TV. You got to go buy the speakers. You got to go buy the lights. I know a guy who does all that. He walks into his house and say, "Alexa, turn on the lights." He likes that.
That's
type of
so lazy. If you don't reach over and flick that damn switch and stop,
what? That'd be dope though. I think that'd be dope. Alexa, turn on all the lights, or Alexa, turn off the lights or something. Turn on some music. That'd be scary. Dope. That'd be dope. That's
scary. Get your lazy ass up and push that button on that radio. Get your ass up and flick that light switch on and off. That's scary. Alexa scares me. But that's just me being an old fart.
You have Siri on your wrist and next to you. I'm telling you, it's all the same thing.
Throw this across the street. I can take off this Apple Watch and throw it across the street.
They got all your information already.
So
all of us are cooked already.
Alexa,
you got face recognition?
Level. I know.
Oh, come on.
I've had Snapchat. Come on. Once I got Snapchat,
you already got face recognition. They already got you. You already in the desk system. They've already cloned you.
They had my look. I did stupid 23andMe. I know they're already making my clone somewhere.
They're already cloning you,
and they already had my fingerprint too with the other iPhone.
Fingerprint. face identification. They're looking at us right there in his phone.
Hey, FBI agent 1234556.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hack my student loan account and delete
No, they're
all
not
my
going to do
shit
that. They
while
could,
you
but they're not
at
going
it?
to do that.
Damn.
They don't do this to favor you. No. But yeah, that brings us to the end of episode 154. Fresco could not join us this week. I forgot to tell y'all that. I'm pretty sure you haven't heard him talk in like a minute and change. I mean, an hour and some change. But hopefully he'll be back next week. You got any shout outs?
No. Oh, okay. Hold on. Shout out to, like I said, Miss Nicole Banks, having her hosting her event, A Pod Connection, in Charlotte, North Carolina next weekend. I'm very excited for that. Trying to think. Shout out to the John Effect, Mr. Salvatore. Shout out to Miss Jackie if you're nasty. Shout out to Mr. Rain Coleman. Shout out to Stephanie, the Life Architect. Shout out to BJ. It's my guy. I don't know. That's all I can think of off the top.
If you like what you heard, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Leave a review
on Apple Podcasts.
And can they do that on Spotify?
No, but follow us on Spotify.
See, I don't have Spotify app. Can't relate. If you have an Apple Watch, add me so that we can track each other's workouts.
That's the first time I heard that. You can track somebody on Apple Watch?
Well, not track,
show
but like...
show me what you're talking about.
I'm going to show you, like, you can see people's workouts. Like, see, I'm doing a competition with somebody right now, so you can see our points. And then all the people I've added, you can see how many calories they burned in their workouts. You can get notifications when somebody's done a workout, how many calories they burned.
I guess that's motivational.
It can be. You can send each other messages like, good workout. Or like you can poke fun at each other, be like, oh, you ran as slow as a tortoise, whatever. It's fun. I think it's cute.
Do you see how busy you can be and forget to text somebody because you're too busy working out? See, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
This was episode 154, people. Peace out.
Bye.